Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sawa Weekly Forum, a program amplifying the voices of South Sudanese on issues relevant to building peace and community. My name is Samuel Garang, and I'm your host for today's forum. Today, we are going to have a conversation about SMILE, again, Africa Development Organization, SAADO, a fantastic national humanitarian and development agency that is working with youth and their communities to reach their full potential. Joining us today are Panther Alier, the Executive Director of SAADO, and Steve Omondi, the Director of Programs. Gentlemen, welcome to the South Weekly Forum.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. It's a pleasure, Samuel. We're grateful to be on the Sawa network.
Okay, so tell us about yourselves and what you actually do at the SAADO.
Well, thank you, Samuel, and the viewers of the Sawa network. We are grateful and honored to be featured in this network that is amplifying the voices of South Sudanese. Again, as you introduced me, I'm Panther Alier, Executive Director of SAADO. I am South Sudanese and also an American by naturalization. But I've been here in South Sudan for quite a long time now, trying to support the communities of South Sudan. I am a graduate of Sustainable Development, Masters from Brandeis University, graduate of Political Science, and undergraduate at UMass Boston. I have been working for SAADO since 2017. That's about me. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you very much for that elaborate introduction, ED. My name is Stephen Omondi. I'm the Director of Program Development and Quality Assurance at SAADO. I have been working with SAADO since 2015 and up to date. I am a PhD candidate from the University of Nairobi and project planning and management. And my engagement with South Sudanese communities has been ongoing since 2011, when I first came to South Sudan. So we have been seeing the changes happening in South Sudan, and we feel that we have the skills which we can offer to be able to uplift communities out of poverty. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you both, gentlemen, and I'm glad, Steve, that you're also enjoying your work in South Sudan, having been there since 2011. So that's incredible. Thank you very much. And so, can you highlight some of the, or when was actually SAADO founded, and what exactly does it do to empower youth and their communities to be able to reach their full potential?
Thank you. SAADO was founded, officially registered in 2011, but the idea was conceptualized in 2009. It does focus on poverty eradication, as you had introduced before, and we believe to eradicate poverty and empower communities, you need its younger generation. For one, we know they have energy, and therefore we focus in mobilizing the youth in terms of looking at taking their potential to be able to increase their life skills and being able to take charge of their future as part of the nation building. So basically mobilizing the youth, making them realize that they own the future for this country, and they are important stakeholders of nation building. Thank you.
Mr. Steve, thank you very much, Mr. Panther. Mr. Steve, can you highlight like some of the maybe success stories since the founding of SAADO in 2011? 2000, was it 2011? And
Yes, thank you.
and then also talk about the specific programs that you really working on.
Thank you, Samuel, for that question. I will start with the most recent highlights, which we have at SAADO. We have managed to graduate 1,200 graduates in various trades in Juba MTC.
Mm-hmm.
9 specific trades in bakery, plumbing and pipe fitting. We have painting and auto mechanics, as well as hairdressing, beauty, computers, and customer care. And out of the 1,200 graduates, we graduated 2 months ago. We have managed so far to employ 289. So 289 South Sudanese youths are currently in gainful employment and supporting their families through the program which we had at Juba MTC. Currently, we are also training 200 border motorcycle riders on safety. We have realized that this is a key sector which is employing the youth, and the kind of accidents that people are seeing on Juba, and what is supposed to be a blessing is somehow hurting the youth. And therefore, we have designed a program which we are implementing together with the Ministry of Labor and the South Sudan Traffic Police, who are actually the ones who have seconded the trainers and the facilitators to make sure that the motorcycle riders are having safe to ride and health and safety in their occupation. This is one. We have also last week we graduated 259 trainees in vocational skills in Bor. We are also having an ongoing program for the last 8 months there, supported by UNDP, which is having a lot of impact and making sure that the young people are able to get the skills so that they can be able to support their families. In the field of savings, we have women empowerment programs. In Juba, we are supporting over 800 women with the empowerment programs, mainly through UNDP and Strome Foundation. And what we are doing is that we are having them form the community managed savings groups, or the VSLAs. A key highlight we have is that the groups, we have over 55 women groups made of 20 individuals each. And the top group last year has managed to save over 5 million, and we have actually linked them up to the economic institutions, the banks, cooperative bank, where they are opening accounts and they are able to boost their businesses and be able to grow their businesses. And this is having a big impact at the household level across Juba, and we really appreciate that as well. We also have a project called Breast 2, which is supported by FCDO. FCDO is supporting the project in Awil North, and we have seen a lot of impact in this project. Foreign and Commonwealth Development Office. Okay. This is the former DFID.
Oh, DFID.
SDC as well.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, SDC is also supporting the project as well. So we have done over 3,118 FEDANs.
Wow.
in a will north, and this is having a big impact in making sure that food security is there for the families who are in the program and the whole county as well. We have also done dikes, more than 14 kilometers of dikes to mitigate against flooding, and as well as planting climate change crops which are can adapt to the climate changes which we are seeing globally at the moment. So we believe that through the support of our partners, these efforts in these counties are contributing to making sure that the communities of South Sudan and the households we are supporting are more resilient and are able to withstand the shocks that come with the climate change and the inflation and the COVID-19 that are hitting our people. Thank you.
Wow.
Maybe Panther can add
Yeah, just.
Yes, Panther, go ahead.
Right. Yeah, well,
Yes.
Thank you, Steve. I think that is narrating our successes from a bottom-up approach, and so therefore I'm going a little bit up. What we have seen so far in terms of successes since our formation is that you know, we have grown. Organizational growth has been from 5 staff organization to 89 staff as we speak, and 60 volunteers, including incentive. Programmatic growth, we have grown in food security and livelihoods. We have grown in education sector. We have growth in gender and protection and watch. In terms of operational growth, we have covered 6 of the 10 states. Namely, we started in Bor South, we are in Duke, we are in Twitch East, we are in Ayut, that is in Jongle, Upper Nile, we are in Malakal, we are in Maban, we are in Melut, Will North, in Northern Bargazal, Will West and South, and Will Center. Coming to Warab, we are in Gogrial East and West. Coming to Central Equatoria, we are in Terkeka, Juba. That is our operational growth. So organizationally, we have grown from 2011. Programmatically, we have grown, and operationally. So we are probably one of the largest national NGOs we have in the country now. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. You are not just like a large organization, but also very impactful, because looking at the multifaceted approach that you are using and looking at the different programs from climate change, livelihood, to giving people the technical vocational skills they need to find gainful employment is really amazing. And I'm yet to see another national organization really doing this. So thank you for all the work you are doing. Speaking of which, I am sure that all these great things, these amazing things that you are doing, it's not just a walk in the park. So there are probably some challenges that you are facing and meeting on the way. So can you elaborate a little bit if there are some key challenges that you are facing and what can be done about those?
Absolutely, absolutely. And to be honest, it's not probably, it's actually, yeah, there are a lot of challenges in this country as we operate and support the people of South Sudan. You know, we have what we call operating environment in the country. South Sudan is one of the most difficult places to operate in terms of insecurity, in terms of access to the areas where the people we served, in terms of even for us, you know, getting funding, especially now, given the global crisis now in Ukraine. And of course, even in terms of HR, human resource capacity, you know, as a national NGO, sometimes we have challenges in in getting and maintaining capable staff or technical staff, just because also our competitiveness in terms of giving them better opportunities in the organization. So therefore, I must say, yeah, there are quite a lot of challenges as we do this. You had asked for clips. We would be able to send you some follow-ups. You will be amazed of how our drivers struggle on daily basis to navigate the roads in South Sudan. How our humanitarian actors, face their challenges in wading through the water that is raging in so many parts of the country, and so on and so forth. So, Steve, any technical challenges in terms of program? Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I would mention a few things, challenges which we are facing, especially in the TVET sector. Some of them include attitudes towards TVET programs. You find that most of the youth feel that TVET programs are for those who have dropped out of school and those who cannot manage the formal system. So that has been a key impediment and a challenge in getting the youths into the program. We have a lack of trainers specifically for TVETs. You find that we are the trainers who we are getting, either we have to source some of them from out of the country, because we don't have a lot of trainers who are specifically for the TVET courses. Another major challenge we have is the lack of a TVET national qualification framework. It is not harmonized, and you find that when we say that this plumber is certified, you find that the certification levels from different programs are different for each of the different trades. So we have been doing some advocacy work with the Ministry of Labor so that we can have this set in place. Of course, the issue of national resources, the lack of grants given to institutions such as Juba MTC, especially the public institutions, so that they can be able to carry out the programs, so that when national NGOs and partners come into the centers, we are coming in to supplement what the government has already budgeted for. What is happening at the moment is that you find that most of the time when partners come into the centers, you are coming to actually take care of the whole cake. So you find that the resources are quite scarce. We are also having a challenge where girls are not enrolling in the male-dominated courses in the TVET courses. For example, you find auto mechanics, there are no girls. In painting, there are no girls. In electrical installations, there are few girls. And the same is happening also in beauty and hairdressing. You find that there are no boys. So this is becoming this is a challenge, because when you move across the world and you move, you find that across these courses, girls can just as well do electrical installation just the same way as boys can do hairdressing. So these are some of the challenges that we are facing specifically in the vocational training. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, amazing. Yeah, you've really spoken here a lot about the amazing things you do. And speaking of the technical vocational programs, I'm actually a huge fan of those programs because because of what they do. They have been proven to be one of the most critical paths to actually getting young people and their communities out of poverty. And it's saddening to hear from what you were saying about the people's attitudes towards this program, the negative attitudes, the stereotypes, and especially, the women, the stereotypes around what vocational programs women should be focusing on, and also the stereotypes about what men should be doing instead of actually looking at the market-based, opportunities that are available. And so, can you highlight a little bit maybe what you are doing to help change some of these attitudes and stereotypes around the technical vocational training program?
Yes, thank you. We've been having first of all, we've been having campaigns to make sure that in the male-dominated courses we have a quota which is set specifically for women and the young girls. At the same time, we are having mentors who are able to come and show the career pathways for the men, and as well as for the women in the different courses. An example is like on the beauty therapy and hairdressing. Because of the advocacy that we have been doing and the career pathways and the mentors, we are now seeing a lot of boys taking up hairdressing as a course, and we know that this across the globe, these are some of the most high-paying jobs. In fact, they are more high-paying than even working in the offices. Yes, and we are making them see this. And for the ones who are getting the jobs, the 289 who are employed, we are finding them that they are actually giving a positive feedback to their peers.
Becoming
and people
role
are seeing
models.
that now. Yes, as role models, because we are taking them back to the centers to go and talk to their peers, and they are able to see how people are actually changing their lives. At Pyramid Hotel, we also have some of our girls working in the hospitality sector, and the boys are working as cooks and chefs because of the program which we have, doing pastries and bakery. And it is just amazing if you would go and see what they are doing. It's changing the whole mindset and how they look at livelihoods and what they can do to support themselves.
Amazing. I would be really thrilled in the month to come to actually be able to do a documentary about like some of this and the transformation that's happening. So please take me on that when that time comes. So yes, really amazing. So we've talked about like what you are doing to try to change some of these attitudes and the stereotypes and to really get people to take advantage of this program. Amazing you are doing. So some of the parents and students might actually be watching this program. So for those who are interested, what is your advice to them? And what are some of the key requirements? Or actually, let's talk about the advice first.
Yes, thank you. What we can advise the parents is, first of all, to give opportunities to their young people and to support them to do the vocational training that we are doing, both at either at Juba MTC or even at other centers which we have. In the board, we have Marol centers, we have the Chamber of Commerce Center. In PBOR, we are also having the Women Empowerment Center, where we are also training some of the young people. So you find that the young people have the energy, they have the zeal. If given a little support, they would be able to come and access the courses, and they would be able to get the skills, and they would be able to support the household budget and the family. On the key requirements that we need is not a lot, because we know they need to be Form 4 leavers. Once they have finished Form 4, then we are able to take them on. They should be able to. They should have a national ID. They must be South Sudanese. once they are South Sudanese and they are Form 4 leavers, then they would come, fill out a form, and select a course of their choice. Then once we can be able to take them on. If the class is full, then we will be able to roll them in the next class when the opportunity is available, so that we can be able to train them. The trainings are free. They are being supported by different partners. I would like to mention UNDP is doing a lot of work to support the youth. Strome Foundation as well is doing a lot of work to support skills giving in the communities. And we are able to do the same kind of trainings at the same kind of quality with support from these two major donors.
Oh,
yeah, if I may also, Samuel, just to add on what Steve had mentioned in terms of criteria, in the last few, last 2-3 years to now, there has been a spike in terms of youth violence and ex-combatants. So now one criteria we are putting is now we give priority to ex-combatants so that the child soldiers have the opportunity to come back and get some skills that will quickly put them into job market. This is youth employability project. It's basically looking at how best you can get them to job, because South Sudan now, I think, from the communities we come in, there is that belief that, people must go through formal education, degrees and all that. And you have seen the tragedy in East Africa for doing that. There are just too many graduates that are on the street. And therefore, right now, what we are advising is that let South Sudan be thinking around skill development, and therefore vocational training are the most important, subjects that we can orient our kids and youth to take advantage of. Thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing. I remember, Panther, when you and I were in Kenya, and especially in the camp, there were some people who were much older and too old, like to go through like 8 years of primary education, 4 years of secondary school, 4 years of university, without even guarantee that they will be able to find and like a gainful job in Kenya. You remember, we're not allowed to work, and yet when you tell somebody, or you told somebody, to go for something which is much more shorter, but
practical,
also
yes,
much more likely to get them to working, they will feel like that's an insult. They will feel they are not as intelligent, when actually intelligence comes in different forms, including amazing people who build houses, electricity, all the amazing things. So maybe what advice can you give to South Sudanese? As a South Sudanese, we've seen everything. You've seen this in Kenya. You've also seen this in real life, working with your fellow South Sudanese on this project.
I think just before Steve comes in, for me, I'll encourage our people to now begin to realize skills is what matters. It is what you know that would give you what you need. Yes, we can be proud of the layers of higher education we have, but still, if that does not get food on the table, I think it does not worth it. So let's begin to see how productive we can be in terms of gaining skills that are easily actionable. And I think that's what our parents, the parents should be thinking now, is how do you get your child be able to acquire skills that will easily give them something they can do and be able to provide for their own. So thank you.
Thank you. If I would just add as well to what the ED has mentioned, the world of the future is a global village, and this is coming to pass in our times. We are seeing it right now. And a key driver of the economy will not necessarily be just the agriculture and the oil and the tourism, but would be on the human resource. I would mention last month for the first time in Kenya, the GDP 39 billion was from remittances of Kenyans working out of the country. This is a key driver, is a key resource for the country, and it is even surpassing the traditional sectors of the economy. We think that we can have this here as well. We think that yes, oil is important. Yes, farming is very important. Tourism is important. Banking is important. But at the ultimate, it is the people of South Sudan and the skills that they have. This is what is going to sell. And this will make the young people to be very mobile. And we feel that the spillover effects of the skills that we are giving to youth right now will go across all the sectors of the economy, and will be able to make the country to move forward. Thank you.
Incredible. Thank you. And just like to highlight or to actually support what you are saying about oil and agriculture and all this tourism and all these sectors, even still, you need technicians to be able to support all of this, right? I know our oil sector is primarily dominated by foreign people, foreigners from India, from Malaysia, from Singapore, and mainly it's because our people are done or actually perceived to not have those skills. So this is really the time. This is time to capitalize on this and be able to take advantage of opportunities, not just locally, but also globally. So thank you for the amazing work you do. Mr. Alier and Mr. Omondi, thanks for sharing with the South Tower audience the amazing, inspiring, life-changing work that you do at SAADO. I really wish you good luck and more success, in the months to come. And like I said earlier, I look forward to being able to follow up on this wonderful story and be able to share this with the South Sudanese globally and South Tower audience throughout the world. So thank you very much to our audience. Please stay tuned and engage with the Sawasawa Network on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and sawasawatnetwork.org. Thank you very much and see you next time.